Underconsumption core.
Well, the same pair of sneakers every day for 2 years.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Look me up.
I mean, yeah, get your money's worth.
Always using all my products. And okay.
I mean, that's also cool. Nothing wrong with that.
Not
Not buying bottles and other packaging just to repackage a product. Learning that not everything needs to be aesthetic.
Sure.
Wait, sorry. I'm trying to understand that one.
So that one is like
buying refill for hand soap.
If you have like a beautiful steel hand soap dispenser and you buy bottles to then pour into that.
Oh,
I see. So what I do, maybe I'm an underconsumer. I'm not. I have too many magic cards to be an underconsumer. The shampoos that I buy, I have my bottles, but then I just buy like these refill pouches.
what are they buying to do with it? Because they don't say they're buying.
They're just
refills.
keeping it in the original package.
Oh, which still feels like it's consuming.
Well, no, yeah, it's less consuming to buy.
Okay, this is such a specific.
Refill that.
I get it now because they're responding specifically to TikTok trends, like where everyone does like, here's my aesthetic bathroom, and it's like everything is in its own like. It's like it's like when someone has reskinned their phone and all the icons are like different, or they, you know what I mean? It's like that.
I would like stop being friends with someone. It's like legitimately one of the when Shortcuts has to open every time you open an app.
Oh,
unacceptable.
That's so funny. This reminds me of the Stanley Cup video because they had an individually packaged version of everything. Like if you get a big bottle of something and you can't fit it in your fridge, because my fridge doesn't have a lot of height clearance. So like the fact that they had like poured it into small little bottles for like individual servings, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
There's a creator I like that works in this space, but her whole thing is like finding dupes and life hacks to save you money. So you're not buying these name brand specific things.
Love that. Because I get recommended things on Instagram that'll be like a perfect solve for my problem, but then I buy the product and it's like I just like a 15-year-old like drop shipped.
It is a very appealing. Like I think my worst habit that I've been trying to fight as I get older is the having an issue and going to Amazon to find the product that fixes the issue. It's not that doesn't exist. I bought like a automatic pepper grinder because every time I would buy a pepper grinder, it just sucked. I couldn't get it going. This one works. I like it. I don't feel great in the morning, so I want to get into smoothie making. I buy a little mini tester outer blender instead of a big one. It's great, feeling better. Other times, it'll be like, well, the trash is always getting full. Oh, they have a trash cuber that I could crush down that I considered buying. I didn't.
Wait, that sounds so interesting.
But it just breaks the bags, apparently, and it spills, and like, it's so, and then you have to buy special bags.
Half the time you're buying something that itself will break or doesn't quite work right, and then it just becomes more trash. But this lady, her name's Nina Poole. Go forward a little bit to when you see
I'm very interested in this dog hair hack.
Especially if you have a very dusty home with dogs and rabbits. I get dryer sheets.
Okay.
And I put the dryer sheet over the fan.
Extra
like
filter. Oh yeah, Shark, that's a good.
Click it in there. And now while I'm vacuuming, it smells super good, but this keeps all of the lint and the hair out of the fan vent, and keeps it nice and clean. This is my hack for cleaning. And I'm going to go finish cleaning my couch now. She's
an engineer. I like her.
She's very likable.
She's great.
I love a real true life hack after many years.
I was just thinking the same. Yeah. Boy, do we know. You need to keep dog hair out of your vacuum. Okay, well, first of all, you need a glue gun.
And you need a Coke bottle.
You will need a soldering iron.
A box cutter.
Go on Shark Tank, invent something.
Friend who has just painted her nails.
And is so hungry for dog hair.
And she just sucks it up.
You get the oven, set it to 9,000 degrees. You need a kiln.
De-influencing you from Amazon must-haves feels like a oxymoronic type.
De-influencing you.
Well, because you always see those like videos and lists of like top 40 Amazon must-haves summer 2024.
Oh, I see. I think because my brain went like, here's the products you need to buy to stop buying products. Yeah, you know what I mean?
You need a uncredit card. So anytime you purchase something, you swipe it again.
Yeah, like to speak to like the topic of this video, those lists that I for some reason am super susceptible to, where it's like top 30 products you didn't even know you needed. Like
I love those, and I didn't know I needed it, and then it turns out that I didn't need it.
Yeah,
I didn't
know
but
because
I love a gadget.
I love a gadget.
Yeah, but
I love a gadget if I can minimize the packaging. I hate packaging. It really stresses me out.
Yeah.
None of the products in this video or videos like this are things that people are actually seeking out. Like, nobody logs on to TikTok or Amazon thinking, I need a self-stain
see
glass.
now. I'm totally misread the. I see now.
The influencing
you from Amazon must-haves. Yes. So she's just saying that these don't solve a real problem.
It is a weird term. It's like, I will destroy your influence.
It's like she's like a spell breaker. She's like, I
Counter.
Yeah. She's like, I've got an orb of protection.
Yeah, I think she's blue type.
Yeah.
But then you see it and you're like, oh, that's a cool gadget. I'll get that. And then you get it, it's like novel, you use it
These are very
twice,
funny.
and then it ends up in the back of your cupboard, or in a junk drawer, or in the trash, or just not being used. So, moral of the story, if it's a product you didn't know you needed, it's probably because you don't actually need it.
You know what's funny about this is that even products that you need still require habit forming. Because like one thing that I have been trying to build a habit for ages is rechargeable batteries. I buy rechargeable batteries, I have the charger, I put it somewhere, I start to get in the habit,
You forget to recharge.
I forget to recharge, then I'm somehow the charger has moved or the batteries have moved, or I don't know which things have regular batteries in them and which things have rechargeable batteries in them. And then like right now, since I moved, I haven't like I lost a lot of my habits since the move. I lost my rechargeable battery thing, and then I know it's somewhere in here, and then I just was like, I need batteries now. So then I bought like regular batteries, and then like the cycle continues, and that happens to me a lot because it's like I have best laid plans when it comes to like changing. I'm gonna like, you know, I use tons of single use plastics. I don't want to. But I'm an imperfect person. I'm like unable to set, like if I was a computer, I would simply change the behavior. I would write the code to do different stuff. But unfortunately, like
You have to do that every single day.
I can't always do the perfect thing that I want to do. And then I succumb to what is easiest and most convenient. I think a lot of people experience
And a lot of
that.
people that struggle with like their skin or something, or any kind of chronic issue, it's not that they don't know the solution or want to get into it. They might buy the box set of skincare, nighttime skincare things, and then they run out the first time, and they realize they're supposed to have an ordering cadence. They need to remember to reorder. Once it arrives again, actually my issue with bedtime routine stuff is that my bedtime is unreliable. It's not 10 a.m. time for the routine so that at 11:30 I'll be going to sleep. Instead, it's like, God, I'm so tired. I guess I should do my bedtime routine. Instead of, God, I'm so tired, I'll brush my teeth. That, honestly, the Invisalign lifestyle fucked up my sleep even more so because I can't go to sleep without, I just ate or something, but I can't go to bed without putting it on. I gotta activate the habit of putting it on. I know it's easy to speak as old men and be like, come on, we already know this, but a little like how at one point in time, thankfully, social media platforms and YouTube, most notably, started noting when they have ads. Because kids don't get that. They do not understand. We think it's so obvious, but when you say, like, there's a gun box you can order every single month, they think like, oh, I guess just like Jacksepticeye fucking loves guns. They literally have no idea. It's easy to, all my instincts want to do is like, yeah, of course, you don't have to do that. But if I was raised exclusively with this being fired into my eyes at all times, with no disclosure, not just for the ads, but also just, I'm kidding, you don't actually need this. It's just like a fun thing. Then I would probably have my mind blown by someone being, you don't need actually.
it. I'm wondering too, because a lot of this stuff, it's hard to see on the TikTok web, but does it have the commission tag?
Oh,
sometimes because there's a commission tag.
Is it obligatory?
There's like a shop tag because they're getting it through TikTok, I think.
Oh,
or they're putting the links through.
It's in the TikTok store.
Underconsumption is seeing, oh, what shoes are we wearing this fall, come up 20 times on your For You page, and knowing that the shoes we already have will work perfectly fine. Underconsumption is not having...
You grew up with those cups?
Yeah, that my mom. That was my mom's coffee cup.
Mocha pot.
It's
Well, Cuban coffee cup.
yeah, Cubans love those.
But instead, purchasing a new one when your previous one breaks and knowing that you'll be able to use this for years to come. Underconsumption is not feeling pressured to buy an espresso machine, a milk steamer, a milk frother when you've never even tried making coffee at home. Underconsumption core is really just an alternative name for living under the poverty line and living in the lower class. It doesn't mean you're poor. You shouldn't be spending any money.
Wait,
on
that doesn't
anything
have
that
to be what
isn't
it means.
Yeah, I don't know if I
Hop
agree
back
with
for a
that.
second?
Yeah, wait, that one.
Wait. Run it back.
Yeah, what did she say?
She was like, underconsumption core is another word for living below the poverty line.
coffee at home. Underconsumption core is really just an alternative name for living under the poverty line
No,
and
it
living in
isn't.
the lower class.
Like, I don't.
There's other factors at play.
Yeah.
there.
Maybe she's saying that people are using that term. I mean, I'm giving her a lot of.
Well, I want to give her the
praise
benefit of the
here.
doubt
Yeah.
in grace, but it's giving too much credit to the overconsumption people to be like, oh, it's for the rich and the wealthy and all that. It's like that. It is enough to critique that argument of overconsumption on its merits, and it doesn't have to be like a classist thing. But there is elements of classism to it. I just wouldn't describe underconsumption as poverty stuff.
I mean, if you are as
there's
they
overlap.
say, when they say you are living below your means, that is, mechanically speaking, the same as putting more into savings than you would normally, right? Now, if
you
someone
can
said to
afford
me,
to do
putting
savings.
more into savings, I'm lower class because I put more in savings. No.
right.
That's-
It's like the fact that you have savings to begin with or whatever. Yeah.
Being, quote, below your means in this case, being lower class, well, I'd say working class, I'm just using the terms they're using, that is your means. That's not like, it's not another word for that. It assumes like a middle class as normal class.
I can't tell if she's saying people are saying it's cool to do this when that's just people in working class households do.
Right, because
But
it's not. Yeah.
I disagree with that in the sense that you're saying people in working class households don't use disposable water bottles, like plastic water bottles. That's just not true, because I know lots of people in my family who are, lower and working class, who they're like, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to buy a reusable water bottle.
To be clear, there isn't just like this natural diligence and financial education that comes with being below the poverty line. They don't give you like a pamphlet that's like, well, also, if you hit this amount of household income, make sure you don't buy water bottles in bulk.
Right.
Buy the bigger ones by themselves. It's like a lot of the systems in place are deliberately obscure to keep people thinking that they're poor because of a meritocracy. They should be working hard. They should be doing something. These are, I don't know. It not too much throw at this girl. It's just a bad,
It's not
bad
her
understanding.
I
but
think
there is something.
I could also be misunderstanding. But what's really interesting about the water bottle thing is that when I was growing up, I had a disabled mom, and we just like lived off of her Social Security checks. I didn't have a water bottle. I just drank from the water fountain.
Yeah, because that's
you
what
know
they
what I
mean.
mean.
They're
And
talking
then-
about a water bottle, right? Not like
and then-
plastic bottles.
Yeah, and then when I went to high school, I similar to like wearing Abercrombie and Fitch and stuff as like a class indicator. A class indicator for me was a Nalgene water bottle. Like this was the Stanley Cup of our day, of my day.
Underconsumption is being financially responsible with your purchases, recognizing what you already have at home, repurposing items in different ways than they were intended. Me presenting a viable option for people who can no longer afford to go out and buy coffee every day is not promoting overconsumption. Being an underconsumption core queen does not mean that you're never allowed to buy anything else, but it means only buy it if you need it. Only buy it if it can save you some money in the long run.
Everyone's situation's different. I think a lot of it's just about not spending money unnecessarily, but
it's like the reverse of lifestyle inflation. When you get more income, it's okay to acknowledge that, like, okay, well, now I have the income. I'm not inflating my expenses. I'm not getting like a new apartment, so I can buy a TV. It's not like, nope, you cannot ever buy a TV because TV is not essential. And I also think it's kind of it is telling that the term is underconsumption core. That is where the aesthetic coding
well, it's
comes
like I
into
just
me.
remember the year I got an iPod. It was the only thing I wanted. And it was like a combination birthday and Christmas gift. And my birthday and Christmas are 6 months apart. So it's like
which one did you
7
get?
months apart.
Shuffle?
The first iPod video. And so once I had it, because that was like the thing that everybody had that I really wanted, right? And so then once I had it, I did not have money to. Songs were $1 each. It was pre like Spotify.
It was a wild
and
time.
streaming, and so I would pirate things, but we didn't have fast internet. We had dial up, so I couldn't. It would take like hours to download like a 3-minute song. So then I would go to the library and check out CDs, and then rip those CDs onto my iPod. And then I would also get friends at school to like burn CDs for me. And so sometimes me getting music would be paying for like a spindle of blank CDs and then getting someone to like to burn them for me. I've been so fortunate that my lifestyle has mostly kept up with my mental illness and lack of executive function, because I mean, and who's to say it will continue, but it's hard out here sometimes. Hey, hashtag sad boys.
The primary source of the bad habit of my like, I need to solve a problem, go to Amazon, is the like, okay, well, I've budgeted it and I'm not functioning. I should be able to fix this in an easy way, but nope, I need a different kind of Clorox wipe. This won't do it.
I need my little helper thing that's going to help me get back on track for a good habit. Like I want to, I've been drinking too much soda. I want to get back to drinking water. Well, if I get like some liquid IV packets, they'll like help me get back to like hydrating regular with water, and I'll stop. Cause I found myself recently, I got like kind of addicted to soda again. And part of it is just that like, your brain is so conditioned for the taste and the sugar and the dopamine hit or whatever it is, whatever neurotransmitter is happening, that I like think I need it. And
Well,
then,
and it becomes a routine.
yeah, when I feel this way, now I need to, yeah.
Even hearing that thing about like, you don't need to buy this.
Yeah, I like the sentiment
soap
of it. It's great.
Dispenser or whatever. And when I hear that, I go like,
It's great.
Oh, well, yeah, of course you don't. I didn't realize that the emphasis on beige chic and aesthetics was so pervasive that people watching this would go like, oh, I don't have to do that? Like that's
Yeah.
my naivety as to how
That's the thing is there was a
overloaded they are.
swing hard in the consumerist aesthetic direction. Now there's a swing hard
Yes.
in the opposite
And that's
direction.
good.
And it's like, yeah, I guess that creates balance, but just you're fine if you're somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, and many people are, but there's always going to be people on the extremes. But then also, like, as you know, creators and people who like thrive in a ad-based economy, say for our Patreon, patreon.com/sadboys, always be plugging.
discretionary spending only, no obligation.
Exactly, no obligation. It's like ads make the world go round, unfortunately. Like, you know, everything free more or less is ad supported or supported by something worse. You know? And that's just kind of the situation we live in. And you know, it's like I do and continue to do, and we will do on this show more ad spots. And, you know, when you see those things, like, know that someone is paying for a billboard, and it's not like no product is ever going to like solve your problems. There's no silver bullets. Even things that are objectively like good still involve and require lifestyle habits and things like that to truly benefit from them. So like, even if I was to start making coffee at home every day, which I do make coffee at home a lot every day. Well, if I wasn't in the routine, I'd have to build that routine. All that's to say, we just launched new merch. Yeah, do you want to show the back off for this? Is we've got, cause Sad Boys, it's like, it's content, but it's sensitive. We got sensitive content sweatpants. If you want it, if you think it's cool, then buy it. And if not, don't. It's a product that's not going to change your life. It's comfortable. It's comfort colors.